welcome to another episode of Cooking Cookie. We're going to make some goodies today. We're going to make candy. They're going to be butterscotch clusters with some Nestle's butterscotch morsels. I already got it melted down here, as you can see, in my double boiler. Does that look yummy? It's all nice and soft. But before I do this, I'm going to give you one helpful hint today first. This is our first one for the day. I think I've mentioned this on my Facebook page, but some of you aren't on my Facebook page. So what I'm going to do is show you. See this hanger here? We always get these when we buy different clothing, bras, whatever. And we get these in lingerie. Well, it's got another use, and I love it. Here's a recipe. You see I have a recipe here. You just plop that baby right on here, on your hanger, click it in, and you can hang it on a shelf on your knob on a cupboard in the kitchen. And it's eye level, at least in my kitchen, my cupboards that are up there, there's a little knob. I hang this on my knob. My recipe's right there. It's off the counter. It can't get dirty. I love this idea. I use it all the time. See? Just on a knob, any knob. And like I say, if you can get it at eye level, that's perfect. Anyway, I just wanted to give that little helpful hint. There you go, folks. Okay, now we're going to get back onto what we're going to do, our butterscotch clusters. Okay, I got like I said, I have my butterscotch all melted here, as you see. Then we're going to add, again, choosy mothers, choose Jif. It's the best peanut butter, I'm telling you, to cook with. All right, I don't measure, as you know, but we're going to put in here about a cup of peanut butter. A little bit more here. There we go. And you know, it doesn't have to be precise. But anyway, 1 cup of peanut butter. Kind of mix that all in there with your butterscotch. Mix it really well. Get it in there. Oh, I'm sure glad the cool weather is finally changing. We've had some chilly weather here. I know there's some people out there that have even colder weather. I don't know how you folks do it. You must have a lot of thicker skin than I have. Okay, you see how that looks? It's coming out beautiful. There. In fact, I don't even think I need the water anymore. I think it's nice and soft. Then I get my dry roasted peanuts, Planters, but you can use any brand you want. And I usually put approximately 2 cups. Let's see how it comes out. I'll measure it. I don't usually measure, but I'm going to do it for the sake of you guys. Here's 1 cup. Definitely 2 cups. Let me see how that looks. All right. Mix, mix, mix. Oh, these are going to be so good. You can use, you can't just use butterscotch. I've done it by using the milk chocolate, dark chocolate, and there's even one that's a mix of peanut butter and chocolate. And I've done it with that one too. I've done it with all different flavors, and you can do this exact same recipe. You know what? I'm going to add about another ½ a cup of peanuts to that. So that's about 2½ cups of peanuts that I'm putting in. You know, you can also add some crunched up cornflakes to it. It adds another texture to it, but you cannot tell it's cornflakes because you're picking up all the butterscotch flavor, and it is so good as well. Okay, there we go. Now let me switch this over here. And I have a pan here that I am going to use and show you what I do. We have our candy here. I have a pan here. You can line it with either, this is parchment paper, or you can use wax paper, which I usually do, but I don't have any. But parchment paper is perfect. And then you just get your little spoonful. I get a teaspoon, and just kind of lay it out in clusters. And you can do it any size that you prefer. I make them small, so I make a bunch of them. This way I could have 2 of them instead of 1. If I make one big one, Now can you see how I'm doing that? I'm sorry, maybe you can't quite see that. See, I get my little spoonful and then I lay it down on here. Another one more. Here we go. One last one. One last cluster. You know what? I fibbed. I'm going to make it 2 last clusters. Because got to put an even amount. 6. Can't leave it just 5. An even half dozen. And that's all I'm going to do for now. I'll finish it up afterwards. But anyway, you do your clusters like this. And I've tried to get this pan nice and cold so they'll set. But also, I want to show you another helpful hint. I have another, Cooking Cookie has another helpful hint for you. Okay, you know, sometimes you get a lot of citrus, like oranges, or orange, well, I guess you could do it with oranges too, but mostly with limes and lemons. Sometimes you get an abundance of them, and I have a great supplier of limes, but I couldn't quite use them all, and they're so good. I love their limes. Thank you, Cynthia and Eric. Anyway, so I bought this. You see this little ice tray? Isn't that cute? Just makes little tiny ice cubes. I just love it. And I squeezed out the juice. Let me show you. Look at these little balls here. I have a bunch of them in the freezer. But this way, if I want to pull out some lime juice, can you see them there? How they're these little balls. Aren't they cute? So I can pull out my juice anytime I want them. I just love this idea. I think that's all the ideas and all our candy making for today. Let me see if one solidified enough. I don't think it did. I think it was a little too soon. Let's put this under here. Nah, I can't taste. I could taste one for you if I wanted to with a spoon, but I don't think that would be a good idea. It tastes so sweet and sugary too. Let's see. We want to recap that. All right, let's recap on the candy. And like I said, you can get any flavor you like in the Nestle's morsels. Any flavor you like. Doesn't matter. Any chocolate, it's good. But put the 1 cup of peanut butter, give or take. You know, just throw in a clump of peanut butter like I do. And then your 2½ cups of peanuts. Mix it all up really well. Like I say, I already had my morsels melted. You can melt them in the microwave like it gives instructions. Or do it on top of the stove, which I did, and then I brought it in here and had it in my water to keep it nice and soft. So, you see how easy it is? Makes great gifts. People love getting candy, don't they? Who doesn't like candy? You could do this with almonds. You can do this with any kind of candy. Pecans. I've done it with different different nuts. No, I'm not nuts. I'm not saying I am. Okay, you better not be saying, oh, by the way, I'm having such a bad hair day today, so don't be criticizing me, please. It just came out like a cow licked my head, it looks like, doesn't it? Look, I don't like it. But anyway, so please don't criticize me, because I already know it looks bad. All right, you guys have a wonderful evening tonight. We're going to have some candy and whatever else. But anyway, you have a good evening. This is Cooking Cookie saying good night, you guys. Have a good night. Bye. Mwah! Love my fans.